So in my last video, I told you guys about proof of work. This video, we spoke about proof of work and how doing things, hard things especially, give you confidence. I told you how writing my book gave me proof as a writer, but as a data analyst, I didn't quite own that identity yet. Because I had knowledge, I had the soft skills, but no proof. I just had theoretical knowledge, I had not put it into practice. So I decided to fix that. And in the last month, I spent a lot of time doing lots of projects. And not just doing actual projects, I was also documenting them. And today, I want to show you how doing the work completely shifted my confidence, made the data analysis less scary, and even forced me to learn GitHub. Yes, that GitHub. GitHub, I used to run away from it like a horror movie. Before we dive into the project, let's set the stage. A lot of us transitioning into tech think that our confidence will gain confidence when we get the job. But that's actually backwards. Proof of work builds competence, and competence builds confidence, not the other way around. This is what I knew, and that's why I told myself. I said to myself, look, Cynthia, if writing one book changed the way you saw yourself as a writer, imagine what consistent projects will do for your identity as a data analyst. But let me tell you guys, I was scared. I was scared of GitHub, I was scared of posting projects that were not perfect. I was scared that if I open a data set, my brain would freeze. And trust me, my brain did freeze on several occasions. So if you ever feel that, you're not alone. It's completely normal. Anyway, I did promise you guys an update. This is my GitHub at the moment. I'm not done uploading the project I have, but let me walk you through the few that are here.
The first is this Excel data cleaning project. Let me quickly open it. These are the files. Let's go to the README and see what's going on there. This project was very simple. I was just trying to clean messy data. I wasn't trying to impress anyone. The data set was very small and I just wanted to start. So I cleaned the data set using Excel, and this is the data set in question. This project, you guys, as simple as it looks, it was very important to me because I remember earlier this year when I started learning data analysis, I told somebody that was not into data analysis, and what this person did was to send me dirty data to work on. And let me tell you, I froze. I didn't know what to do. And trust me, the data was not even as dirty as this. But for some reason, I froze completely. I didn't know what to do. Doing this project did something to me. At least I had confidence, which came from realizing that I didn't have to know everything to take any step. And then I also learned how to handle, missing values, duplicates. I actually did document the processes here. So you can go through it. I'll link my GitHub in the description box so you can go through it, especially for beginner analysts. So you can go through the steps in case you're finding basic data cleaning in Excel scary. You don't have to. Just go through this. Basically, this project taught me that data cleaning is not a monster. It's an actual part of the data analysis process, and it showed me that I can do it. Let's go to the next one. This one is an EDA project with SQL. Now, I'd known of EDA. EDA means data, exploratory data analysis. I know EDA with Excel, but I've not tried it with SQL. And this project was a brilliant introduction to EDA with Excel. And I loved it. I really, really like this project. And well, I do like SQL more than any tool out there. I found it the easiest to learn. I'm not done learning it, but the learning curve for me was just easier with SQL. I decided to push myself a little, and I just picked a data set and explored it to find insight, which is what EDA basically is. I wasn't just cleaning data, I was actually analyzing. And EDA made me feel like a real analyst because I wasn't just preparing data, I was extracting meaning. And something just it scratched a part of my brain. I like to say it scratched the analyst part of my brain. And I literally went to, oh, this is how analysts think. The identity and mindset shift happened here. So let me just run you guys through what's here. I also documented this, the key findings. I added some screenshots to see some of the queries that I use. Very basic stuff, nothing too complex. And then I gave random. I gave some interesting business recommendations. I always love to do recommendations. I don't know. I don't think any documentation is complete without the recommendations. Let's go to the next one. Here, this lead code SQL practice. Basically, you know this SQL 15 on lead code. So I tried to document it here, but I got bored. I just figured that I just like to click next, next, next. So I was forgetting and I just abandoned it. So if you see the last time I updated it was August 3, unlike these ones that are more recent. And I remember I abandoned this also because I was scared of the top and I just could not. The markdown was very intimidating, so I could not complete it. But now I'm way better. Practice makes perfect, guys. So let's look at this Excel dashboard that I built for a fictional company, Aurora in logistics or Aurora. I don't know what the pronunciation is, but it was done using Excel and I liked this one. I liked this one. It was showing sales and profits for previous years. Now, this project, if there's one thing this project did for me, show me that I hate the idea of using Excel for dashboard. I hate it. I use it to do any other kind of analysis, but not dashboard. Doing this project made me develop a newfound love and respect for the more modern BI tools like Power BI, for instance. After trying to do this dashboard using Excel, I fell in love with Power BI. That's another beautiful thing doing projects did. It showed me that, you know what, that tool you are probably hung up on, maybe it's because you haven't found better. The recommendations, well, I enjoy giving recommendations. I feel like I will thrive in this strategy as a data strategist. I feel like, I don't know. But yeah, I was able to give recommendations despite hating this project. I hated this project, but so far so good. It forced me to learn Power BI. It forced me to stop fearing DAX because I realized I did not want to deal with the manual process involved with creating a dashboard with Excel. So far, that's really it. Do I feel like a data analyst now? Yes, because like I said, these are not all the projects. There are still many that have not uploaded. But oh my god, I do feel like a data analyst right now. I'm not scared if anybody tells me to send my portfolio. It's not the most glamorous or the most comprehensive portfolio out there, but I now know that I can do the work basically. I know that I can do the work. Oh, I wish I show you guys one of my CX analysis because it's also in the process of doing this project that I realized I wanted to niche down to CX analysis and I fell madly in love with it. I wish I'd uploaded one of these. You would love it. But you know what? As a compensation for my next video, I'm going to do a CX analysis dashboard walkthrough. You guys are going to love it because you would really see, the mindset and the process that goes behind making sensible recommendations as an analyst. Overall, I think what I learned most from this whole process was if I didn't learn anything apart from the project, I learned how to use GitHub. At least on a basic level, GitHub was like the final boss. I avoided this platform for months, but I realized that it's not proof of work if it lives in your laptop. It's not proof. So I posted my projects on GitHub. I made mistakes with images. If you go to my homepage, you see where there are lots of alterations that were happening. The commits were basically me committing blunders. I made mistakes with images and the whole markdown thingy, but everything, all is well that ends well, I guess. And then another thing is that I found out that my ISP, my internet service provider, was blocking GitHub. So I had to download Cloudflare. So currently I use Cloudflare. I've installed it and it's always on. So I learned how to create a repo, push files, write a good README, and all of a sudden I felt legit. Like GitHub gave my work a home. And somehow it made me feel like an analyst in public. So if you ask me, Cynthia, right now, do you feel like a data analyst? I would tell you, I do not feel like a data analyst. I am a data analyst. So doing this project did not just build my technical skills, they changed how I see myself. You know, this is an identity shift that comes from proof of work, not certificates. All right. So if you're transitioning into a new field, data design, writing, whatever, please don't wait for confirmation. Don't wait to feel ready. Head straight to doing projects. Do projects, no matter how messy it is. Do it. Confidence will meet you on the journey. I promise you. Do that project, and most importantly, upload it, no matter how bad it is. All right. Trust me, in terms of technical skills, there are many people who are better than me. But I realize now that I bring something to analysis that I enjoy, which is that the recommendations, thinking and strategizing, coming up with, investigating further is my strength beyond the technical parts of data analytics. So, like I said, my next video will be on how to on a dashboard walkthrough, and I'll show you my reasoning and my thought process behind CX analysis, especially for those of you that do not know what CX analysis is. I will show you. So if this encourages you, like, share, and save it for the days that your confidence drops. And I'll just say, proof of work will change you. It's with one project at a time.